What do you think?
I think we are looking at the most beautiful site in the state of Utah.
That
is Utah, is it not?
Yes, we are. I think we're still, Wyoming's right over there and Utah's right here.
Amazing.
Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and if you're scared of heights, don't come here. But it's worth it if you're not.
Yeah, we are riding with some of the locals out of Manila today, out in Daggett County. And we started our adventure by staying over at the KOA campground. And they've got little cabins there. You can bring your RV up. It's really great. It's a lot of fun. They've got some nice lodging across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And next door. And so, you know, there's places to stay here.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't have an RV, you can just roll in your car and just enjoy.
Exactly. But this is near Sheep Creek, and this is a high overlook. It's along a ridge. And I think we're making our way down the ridge today to see some really spectacular shots of the lake below.
So what trail are we on today?
It's called, I think it's called the Finch Loop.
That's right, we talked about that.
Yeah, it's for the birds.
It's definitely not though, but I can hear them. And I see drones too, so it's for the drones too that are flying around.
Let's find a little bit about this trail. I think people will find it interesting.
It's an area that has things that I didn't even know existed here. The terrain, the ride, the remoteness.
It's a little like Moab, a little like the West Desert.
It is more than I anticipated, yes. It's a little more challenging, and the terrain is not what I was expecting. I was expecting more mountain stuff.
And from the highway, when you're looking towards this direction, it doesn't look like there's all these awesome little slick rocks and trails to go into. So it's been a really pleasant surprise that's got a lot of beauty into it. Taken a lot of pictures.
Yeah, between the Paiute and the Arapine, I mean, those are the big ones. But I'd never even considered this until this trail right now. And here we are.
Here we are, and we're coming back. Yeah. We've already made that decision, coming back.
I like to try to go where there's not a lot of people, and that really appealed to me. This area is just a quiet area anyway. So that remoteness, that lack of the big crowd, is a big draw for me.
It's kind of a combination of so many different areas in the state, if you're familiar with overall the state,
into one spot.
In all one little great package. I mean, it's just a beautiful little package.
I want a cabin up here.
You
right
do?
Here, Chad Booth. This is amazing.
Hey! I found them.
Oh my gosh, you found us. We thought we ditched you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you know.
Not in your rig. There's no way.
When we say Brett is our tail gunner, we usually mean he's right at the end of the loop, not a half hour behind us.
Yeah, sometimes the tail's a little longer.
That's great.
I'm glad you got caught up with us.
Yeah, there you go. You know.
Isn't this gorgeous, this trail?
This is unbelievable.
You'll have to go back and do that first part a little slower so you can take it all in.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I wasn't slow enough.
I love that you brought your wife with you today too. She's gonna have a ball today.
She's gonna love it.
Yeah.
We had to get up early to get here to do it, but
obviously not early enough.
yeah, there you go.
We got up sooner than you did because we got here 10 minutes before you.
Yep.
Anyway, we are going to leave here, take off to this week's Where To. You know, Manila seems like a small town, but this really puts it in perspective when you're up riding along the ridge. Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
Yeah, this is amazing up here, and you can just see the entire town from here.
That's true. Now, if you have not been up to Manila and made it a base camp for adventures like this, or whether you're going to the lake to go boating, and you haven't been up here in like, say, 10, 15 years, things have really changed in Manila, and we should really spend a little time finding out about it.
There's so much to do here. I know that there are a lot of trails for hiking, biking, off-roading, fishing. I mean, we haven't even mentioned fishing yet. If you want big fish, I mean, what Flaming Gorge is really well known for is their massive trout. You've seen people holding them in both arms. That's what I'd like to do, is get back out on that lake and catch a few of those.
And the boating's great here as well. We think the terrain here is as interesting and diverse as you'd find anywhere in Utah.
It's a great base camp. I mean, that's what Mark and I often write about on our blog, and what we like to talk about is staying in places where you can kind of make it a hub, you know, base camp, if you will, where you can stay put, unpack, stay in a nice place, or stay, you know, wherever you're camping or whatever it may be, and then do day trips from there. And this is an ideal place of doing that, because in almost in any direction, you can jump in the car and go to some interesting adventure area. So it's a great base camp. Well, it's, you know, this is a small county. This is what, the smallest county in Utah? A population of about 1,000, just Dutch John and Manila. They're very small towns, they're very quaint. This is an area that's kind of in the outreaches here, but it's really not that far from Salt Lake. We saw a sign in Manila that says 174 miles. So every route here is a scenic route, right?
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Manila is I think Wyoming divides and Utah divide that town up. And so you're just a couple of blocks from Wyoming or from Utah, depending on which direction you go.
Okay, well, now that we've seen all the amenities of Manila, this is the history of Manila. This is called Name Rock. It's up the canyon. If it could only talk, boy, could it tell some stories. Speaking of stories, next is our Along the Way.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Listen to these dulcet tones, so peaceful.
Yes, tranquility in the desert.
How is this that we are on this fabulous trail, the Finch Trail, and we're standing literally not on the graves, but we are at a pet cemetery.
Yeah, out in the wilderness.
Yes.
Okay, and it's
So
not
cool.
it's not pet finches. It's pet doggies.
Precious puppies.
This is Zeke. This is where
Yeah.
he was laid to rest, and Butch is over here, and Andy's over there, and
And that's why we're not standing too close, because we don't want to stand on their precious little graves.
you know, this is one of the really cool things about all the years we've been doing At Your Leisure is we find stuff like this.
Yeah.
And we don't always have a chance to really share it with you in detail because we got to make the show fit in half an hour. So starting for season 21, we are going to change that with At Your Leisure 24/7. This is a very special place that you as an insider can go and get bloopers, behind the scenes content. You can pick up special show segments, extended cuts that we don't have time for.
Right.
And you can learn the backstory about things like Ezekiel and Butch.
No, really, it's so fun, and we're so excited to launch this thing. So stay tuned.
Yep, look for it. The sign up is coming any week now on the At Your Leisure website, AYLTV.com. Right now, let's take a look at next week's show. We've had a great time today with the posse from Daggett County. Brandy, thanks for putting it together. Trevor, thanks for leading us. Sorry about your axle, bud. Bob, Mark, it was really good to work with you guys today. Of course, as always, having the tail gunner along makes the day go better. And
Yeah.
you guys were, yes, you
What a-
guys were really brave to show up. That's all I got to say.
It was a great group.
So one word about this trail, it is not a beginner trail. If you just bought your machine last week, do not come here.
Yeah.
But if you had a few years experience, you know, you're comfortable riding off camber, you know how to pick a line, you can dodge some big holes, and you've got somebody that knows how to spot.
Yeah.
And you don't mind getting a scratch or two.
Exactly.
Submerged.
Or submerged, or the broken axle, all of which happened today. Just grab your friends, you will have a dynamite time.
This is a beautiful trail. It literally has everything, like water, mountains, dirt, you know, the scenery, the windows of all the arches. I mean, honestly, it has everything. It's
Right.
fabulous.
Check it out on Utah or outsidersutah.com.
What is it called again?
Outsidersutah.com.
Don't forget.
And then be sure to check out AYL 24/7. It is going to be up and live in a couple of weeks. You can go to AYLTV.com and check it out. I think I've covered everything that I need to cover except settling up with the blackmail picture.
And I don't even want to know what that's about. No.
Just remember, there is adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure
At your leisure.